Hey fellas, girls, whoever's following my YouTube channel, wanted to make a video today purely off intuition. I'm really enjoying doing videos like this, so nothing is planned. The theme I'm going to talk about is why you're terrified. I'm going to use the word terrified because that would sum it up. Why you're terrified to overcome your social anxiety and become socially confident. I'll also go a bit deeper, because I always say social anxiety and becoming socially confident is a metaphor for life. Because if you're frightened of people and you're embarrassed, you're shy, you're nervous, you don't feel comfortable, you have problems expressing yourself, being present, listening to people without feeling frightened, that is obviously going to project in every area of your life, like doing the job you want, just how you feel about yourself from day to day. I know this to be completely true for me, because of course I experienced having this condition, overcoming it, and now helping other people with it. So let's let it come up. Let's do the practice, let's do the, let me be present, let's see what's going to come from this. Okay, self-control. This is one of the biggest reasons why men, women, people don't overcome their social anxiety. It is a choice. Now when I say don't overcome it, I don't want to scare you and worry you into thinking I can't overcome it. I'm saying no doubt in my mind, 100% you can overcome social anxiety if you really want to, but you have to put the work in. I've overcome it and I've taught loads of people to do it. What has self-control got to do with social confidence? What has self-control got to do with self-love, self-esteem, happiness, social confidence, building better relationships, doing the job you want, improving your finances? Because self-control is self-esteem. We can't kid ourselves, or you can't kid yourself into believing you can watch pornography, you can cheat in your relationships. Now this is not me making an accusation, because I don't know who's watching this video. This is me being brutally honest and open with the truth of what I see when I teach people. And of course this is everything I went through. Everything I speak from is my own experience, through what I went through myself, what I learned, and what I passed on to others, and what they have also taught me back. So you cannot kid yourself into thinking that you're going to become socially confident. You're going to take guilt, shame away, judgment, paranoia, self-sabotaging, self-hate, distrust in yourself, distrust in other people, if you watch pornography, if you take drugs, if you eat bad food. That's my Cockney side coming out, my Cockney personality. If you eat bad food as an addiction, as a way to escape pain, trauma, past stories from the past. What that guy said to me in school, I went through this, that guy bullied me, you're angry about a past story. What a family member said to me, or what they didn't say. Or people didn't respect me, people misunderstood me. All these stories that we really, in a sense, have no control over, but we've got every control over if we live with honesty, with integrity. There's no doubt in my mind that I know everything I'm saying to you, you already know. I just have to make you aware of it. And you're frightened of it. You're frightened of it, and you've got a right to be frightened, because you're a human being. It doesn't make you less of a person. I was frightened of it when I was overcoming this, and I'm still frightened of it. That's why I maintain my integrity. So pornography, masturbation, all these little habits that when we do, we don't feel good about, but we think, oh, it's not really a big deal. So talking about people behind their back, not when they're present, talking badly about people. Talking good about people behind their back is fine, saying good things that come from the heart. But blaming, attacking, and being jealousy is one of the most it's one of the most toxic, harmful fears and emotions, and it contributes to a lot of social phobia, because we're afraid that other people have qualities, not just material possessions, but they have characteristics that we don't possess. That's not true. That's the illusion of the separate self. That is the fearful self. My biggest fear before I changed, and I've said it in other videos, I was terrified to make this change. Why would I be terrified to become successful? Because I was frightened of the reactions from people. What are my family going to say when I've changed all of a sudden? I'm confident and my whole demeanor's changed and my attitude's changed. What are my old friends going to say when I'm not hateful no more? I'm not racist anymore. I'm not judgmental of people. I'm not manipulative, I'm not sneaky, and I'm not stealing stuff, and I'm not a dishonest person. That is going to cause some tension in the camp. But I was willing to withstand that, because I wasn't worried about what other people are doing. At the moment, you're worried about other people. You're worried about your family, which I understand. You're worried about your friends. But it always comes back to ourselves. This is what I've learned on my journey so far. So we've got a catch-22 going on. You're terrified of your social anxiety, so you're avoiding people. When you avoid people, you get depressed, you get lonely. So in order to stop the egoic or these demon voices talking, that's when we go into stuff like pornography, because we've got to shut it out. But then when we watch pornography, we feel awful after, we feel ashamed. We don't want to make eye contact with people. It trashes all of the good areas that we did. One of my intuitions is, because I've been in the personal development industry for best part of over 10 years now, dating, personal development, spirituality, and I love all of it, and I've met amazing people, but I've got to be straight and tell it how it is. Very few people actually live this stuff. They talk about it, they talk about discipline, they talk about empowerment, they talk about becoming successful financially, spiritually, doing good in the world, but very few people I meet actually live this. Most people are addicted. So another thing I'm sensing from you is afraid to not follow the crowd. You know, when I was younger in school, you know what the teacher said to my mum? We had these, I'm sure you guys had it as well, wherever you're from, or girls. We had these what we call open days, and these scared the shit out of me, because this is when the teachers would invite your parents in basically to give an assessment about your behaviour. And I was always terrified that the teachers would tell my mum and then tell my dad, and I'd get a bollocking. I'm using this bit of my Cockney coming out. I'd get a bollocking from my dad and I'd be frightened, maybe get beaten, maybe get shouted at, and that whole, you know, I'd get disapproved. So one of the things that the teacher said to my mum, and this sounds so trivial, but it hurt me, and then created a story. She said, your son, Jonathan, he's very loving, he's very caring of the other children, but he's very easily led. And he's very mischievous, very, you know, disobedient. And that was because at the time, I was only a kid, I'm not going to be hard on myself, I was like 10, 11, I had no self-control. I was willing to break the rules, be nasty, be a bully, shout at the cost of getting approval. And this is what happens with social anxiety, life anxiety. A lot of people I work with in my 6 weeks program, they're doing bad things. That's not who they are. That's not who I was as a person. They are not truly deep down the jealous person. They're not hateful, they're not racist, they're not antisocial, but they're going into these areas and these states of consciousness because they don't want to be rejected or abandoned by their social circle. And I always say to people, I'm not going to tell you to dump your friend or get rid of your friends, but you have to really think about your life. At the end of the day, I'm a great believer in friendship, love, solidarity, loyalty, but not at the cost of throwing your integrity down the river. So friendship means being horrible, stealing, being a thief and lying. That's not the kind of friendship I want in my life, and I don't have friendships like this no more. But for many years I had these friendships, and I'm not pointing the fingers at anyone. I'm taking responsibility, and that's what I did. That's why I changed. That's why my life is amazing. This is what I want to inspire you to do. So you're saying, but what about my friend? I said all these things and I understand. What about my family? What about my social group? It's irrelevant. What about you? What about the relationship with you? This is so much what Christ spoke about, Jesus. Somewhere in the Bible, I heard this and I believe this to be true. He said, if man hasn't got fellowship, he's got nothing. He's in the ninth circle of hell, or he's in a penitentiary, whatever you call it. I forgot the name that he actually said in the Bible. It was basically what he was saying is, if man doesn't have honesty and integrity and a good relationship with himself, it makes no difference how much material possessions he's got in his life, because he's never going to be fully fulfilled. No matter how much money, no matter how much validation, no matter how much people pleasing, alcohol, indulgence, you will not be happy. So I want to inspire you, I want to excite you. Do you know how exciting it is when you work on yourself? Do you know how much of a better person you become? Because it's hard, isn't it? It is hard, let's be honest. All of us have suffered in our life, not even people with social anxiety, at the cost of our own character flaws. There were so many sides of my personality that I despised, hated, was ashamed of, was embarrassed of, was worried that people would see. But the opposite what I learned, and thankfully through great mentorship from myself and just learning from all my mistakes and good things, was if we have the courage to work on our character flaws, we go to another level. That in itself is the metaphor for overcoming social anxiety. I used to be such a jealous person. I was embarrassed and ashamed and blackmailed by the voice of jealousy. I couldn't be happy for other people when they were doing well because I hated my existence. And I was afraid to verbalize that and actually just say that out loud, because I thought if I said that out loud I'll be abandoned off the face of the earth. But I was abandoned anyway. I was abandoning myself through not facing my fear of people, not facing the shame of the abuse from my dad at that particular time, not facing the shame of all the things that I did to people. So one by one started to face all these fears and inner demons and outer demons, and that's when the relief started to come, because then I no longer felt jealous, because I knew that, well, I knew that I could achieve anything I wanted to achieve if I put my mind into it, and my whole perspective changed, my whole energy changed, my feelings towards people changed. So you can't hide anything from me. And when people have said to me, I'm not sure you know how it feels because you're confident. Of course I know how it feels. Why do you think I'm so passionate about doing these videos? Blood, sweat and tears. I went through it. I'll get straight to it. I'll make you all uncomfortable. When you've got social anxiety, you hate people. You don't even want to look at people. It makes you angry and terrified. That's how I felt. When I changed, I did train, that's a Freudian slip. When I changed, I felt so much love towards people, and that frightened me at first as well, because I wasn't used to feeling love towards other human beings, because I was made to feel hated when I was younger. So self-control is love. So I didn't know I was going to say this there, as I said, we don't get love from pornography. I'm going to say that again very loud and clear to help and inspire people. We do not get love, self-love, when we do pornography. Lots of men say, is it really bad porn? I'm not here to dictate. I'm not here to preach at you, although I'm preaching now, but not really. I'll share what I learned, what I know to be true for me. You go and try it. We get no self-love watching pornography. We get no self-love being jealous of other people in this reality that we live in. Because whilst we're jealous of other people, we're neglecting ourselves. Feeling jealousy, observing jealousy, that's fine, it's human. We all get those bouts of bit of jealousy. Becoming jealous is a different story. So don't become jealous by working on your own jealousy in yourself and clearing it out. Clearing it out like rubbish. That's why you got to tidy your bedroom. This has come to me. If we can't tidy our bedroom, I have a lot of men writing to me, and I work with a lot of people saying, I want to run a successful business. I want to be the best version of myself. I want to be congruent. I want to be like you, Johnny. And that's flattering. But you can't be like me, you've got to be like you. I want to be like Les Brown. I want to be like all the people that you talk about. But you've got no chance of being like Les Brown, and you shouldn't try and be like Les Brown on me if you can't tidy your room. How can we run a successful business? How can we have a beautiful relationship with a beautiful woman with high self-esteem? How can we have a beautiful relationship with our family, friends, if we can't tidy our bedroom? Let's be really real, guys. You have to tidy your bedroom. Messy bedroom, messy self. Messy self, messy reality. Messy reality, social anxiety. Tidy bedroom, tidy self. Tidy self, tidy reality. Tidy reality, no more social anxiety. How did I know that? Tidy bedroom, no jealousy. Tidy bedroom, not afraid to make eye contact with people. Tidy bedroom, not afraid to love, not afraid to receive love. Because one of my biggest fears growing up was, I can't be loved, people won't love me, and I can't love myself. I don't know how to do it. It's impossible. Please show me, God. That's what I said. Please show me how to love myself and others, because I'm full of hate. I was full of hate because I was addicted. And I hated the facts. I hated the part of me that was addicted. The part of me that was addicted was not my true self. The part of you that's addicted is not your true self. Your addicted self is a socially anxious self. Your true self is beautiful, confident, and relaxed. You're a very beautiful person, whoever's watching this video. I used to be afraid to say that when I was younger. Can you believe that? I've got a feeling a lot of you felt this way. I was afraid to even, just to say, I didn't think I had the right. I didn't think I had the right to say I'm a beautiful person. I thought I'm disgusting. I'm not worth nothing. I'm lower than low. That's how I felt about myself back then. I don't feel that way anymore. I didn't even feel I had the right to compliment another human being. That's why I like complimenting people, to make up for old times. So I'm telling you now, and I mean this from the heart, I wouldn't say it just for the sake of saying it. I get nothing out of this. You're a very beautiful person watching this video. But you won't believe that, and you won't believe my compliment, which is sincere from the heart, if you don't stop these addictions. We have to stop cheating our relationships. When we cheat in our relationships, we cheat ourselves. If we focus on, my friend's jealous of me, this person's jealous of me, this organisation is jealous of me, we will never succeed in the world. So we do the first simple steps first. We tidy our bedroom. We admit, we confess all where we're being dishonest. I'll do it with you right now, even though I'm honest in every area. Thank God. And you guys have helped me as well in many ways. So we look at where we're addicted. I ask a lot of men, because I have a really good relationship and I work with guys on a 6 weeks program, and I say something like this. I don't know, because it's in the moment, so I'm trying to remember what I say in an authentic moment. I say, do you want to be a bit brave? Should we be brave? This is not manipulation, I'm being sincere. Should we be brave and look at the areas where you're addicted? Because I'll be honest with you, I'm really not good at small talk. That's the part of me that does lack social skills, but my lack of social skills is really me saying, I really can't do small talk, I haven't got time for this bullshit. I spent too much time in my life playing games, doing small talk because I was afraid. Let's get straight to the point, I want to help you as soon as possible. So do you want to be really brave? Let's look at the areas where you're addicted. Let's go for it. And usually people will say yeah, and if they say I'm not sure, I say no problem, we'll move on. We'll talk about something else, we'll divert till you're ready. And that is a metaphor, not just in my conversation with helping people through their addictions, but we'll move away from that fear. Let me just say something to you as well, because not enough teachers say this. It's okay that you feel scared. I felt terrified when I had social anxiety. I was terrified when I was improving as well. And sometimes I'm still terrified, but it's okay to be terrified and afraid. All of our heroes and leaders are terrified, or were terrified. They learnt to manage their fear and become great and courageous. It is a continuous process. It's getting passionate. It's a beautiful way to live, and it works, and you'll understand what I mean. Because you're probably thinking, well, can't it ever get to a stage where I've never got no fear? It won't make sense now, but it'll make sense later. You'll be thanking fear. Fear is your best friend if you use it in the right way or collaborate with it. So where was I? Where are we addicted? Let's not bullshit ourselves. Right. We're addicted to alcohol. I'm going to challenge your voice, because I have a lot of men say, well, I don't drink much, I just have a couple on the weekend. Let me just hear that again. I don't drink much, I just have a couple on the weekend. So if we have a couple every weekend, how many drinks is that? Alcohol is not bad. Addicted personality, avoidance from socializing and being honest and facing the truth is very bad. Addicted to pornography. Even if you watch pornography once a month, because I'm going to be really strict. You guys want to get to high levels of consciousness, you're saying to me you're ready, let's go, let's do it together. No alcohol. It's an escape from talking to people. It's an escape from, look at this beautiful moment that we have of authenticity. I make some social mistakes, it's alright, I stutter sometimes and I get passionate. They're my old wounds, okay to make mistakes. Another part of you guys is trying to be perfect. Can't make a social mistake like I did, can't stutter, it's okay. So we're addicted to pornography, we're addicted to people pleasing, we're addicted to lying, we're addicted to not speaking our mind, we're addicted to being a bit violent and bullying sometimes to maintain control. What else? We're addicted to drugs, and we're addicted to, if this is for the men, we're addicted to female validation. Even though we're in relationships, we are subtly cheating our girlfriend because we're insecure and we can't admit it to ourselves. It's too painful. Let's look at it. So when our girlfriend's back's turned, we're flirting with other women and we're rationalising it by saying, but I'm not having sex with her. It's cheating. How would you feel if your girlfriend went behind your back and was flirting with other men and said, well babe, I'm not having sex with them, I'm just flirting with them? You wouldn't like it. Same for women. All this applies to women. This is not a man or a woman thing, this is a social anxiety thing. We have to stop these characteristics because it's low frequency, it's low self-esteem. High self-esteem, you can talk to people, but you don't do these games. Because I know myself, when I had social anxiety a few years ago, I was a very manipulative person. But that's not my true self. I'm not a manipulative person. It's because I was frightened and I was hiding. I was hiding behind my manipulation, protective personalities. What I was really saying was, please like me, don't harm me, I'm afraid of you. Because of the abuse that I underwent growing up. And I was frightened of myself. I was frightened that I might lose my temper with people because I've done that many years ago. So we have to get better at self-control. Another thing that's come up, I don't even know how I knew this, a lot of you are afraid of your own mind. You think you're your mind. So watching this video now, maybe you got a thought and you said, God, Johnny Berba's hair is dreadful, or maybe you felt jealous watching this video. You don't even know why you felt jealous watching me. I don't know why. I don't even know why I'm saying this. I don't know what propels me to say this. I'm not going to take offense to that. That's just your egoic mind. So it's not personal. I don't take it personal. So we don't associate with the thoughts. And that's how we get rid of jealousy. Someone wrote on one of my comments, I'll answer the question now. Johnny, I've got social anxiety. When I speak to people in a conversation, I feel that I'm looking at them in an angry way. I feel they can see it and I feel they're looking back at me angry. I know how you feel. I had it. Accept it. You've already brought it out. Massive courage. Work on getting rid of your addictions and people won't look angry and you won't look back at angry people. So the main thing I've learned here from teaching you guys today, reminding myself, the biggest part of our social anxiety is not when we socialise with people, it's what we do behind the scenes. I would have no right to do this video if I wasn't living clean in my life, which I am. That's why I'm privileged to do this video, because selfishly me doing this video is a reminder of how grateful I am to be happy in my life and to be living clean, because it took me a long time to get here and I must still maintain this. And I feel good about sharing this with other people and helping you. I feel good about doing that. I know this video, I know this is going to transform a lot of people's lives, or even just make people think. I'm just being a bit present with you guys now, this is great. So it's okay that you're frightened about doing this work. I had an email from another gentleman who wants to work for his issues, get my help. I said he's got a big task ahead, it's daunting, but he knows he can do it. And you're right, it's a big task ahead, it's daunting, but you can do it. Be excited about the fear. Be excited about the work ahead. Don't complain, don't do what most of us do in society. I thought about this the other day, guys, I want to share it with you. It's not a judgment, it's just being really honest with myself. And I'm really talking about my old self to the new self and your old self and your new self. If we want to be the top of our game, if we want to be the best at what we do, if we want to be best in ourselves, we can't look at the example of the world, because we'll never achieve. We'll always see lack. We'll always see people that are complaining. We'll just see that. And that's really the projection of the whole, the consciousness on a global scale and the false ego. So we can't look at that. We must look at the authenticity in ourselves. When we focus on the authenticity in ourselves, we see that in other people and we attract that. That's why I always say we attract what we are. We attract what we are, so we have to be careful about the way we shape ourselves. So 2 things I'm going to leave you with. 2 practices that I teach both in this video, on my 6 weeks program and my 30-day anxiety program, and all my free YouTube videos. We have to practice socializing with people from an honest place, and we have to live clean behind the scenes.